It is.
What's happening?
Been a long week, you know.
Innit, man?
Well, it's been a long,
Couple of weeks, isn't it?
We've got Donald Trump that has now become the elect president, so he's going to be.
Yeah, I heard about that a week a bit ago now, isn't it?
So
people have been buzzing, especially people with crypto.
There's a lot to be made.
People have made a lot of money. Yeah,
quite a few things went up. The thing is, though, okay, so what we'll do in this podcast is, in this episode, we'll talk about Donald Trump and the for and against. But what we'll do is we won't let the people know if we're for or if we're against.
I know.
We'll flip this, and the trusty pen. We'll flip this, and if you get the flip right, then you get to pick if you want to go for or against.
Okay.
But don't go with your heart. Think, what would you be
logically? Yeah.
Or if I win the flip, then I'll
fair enough.
pick. So that way, then did you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Screen or no screen?
No screen.
No screen. Let's do this. Okay. No screen. So do you want to go for or against?
For.
So you're going to be talking for Trump.
Yeah.
That means I'm going to have to talk. I'll do a bit different. I'll talk against Trump, but also against the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk for the Democrats, because we know what they've done.
Yeah, of course.
To the world. So why don't you state your facts for Trump?
Right. So first of all, people in the UK are saying that what has it got to do with us, the American presidency?
It's got everything to do with us.
Exactly. It's got everything to do with how our day-to-day.
America's the most, the world superpower.
It's center of the world, basically.
Everything's going, everything's... So
whether you like it or not, facts are facts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, at the moment, it's all hovering around America.
Yeah.
And how they do things and how their policies affect us. So, from before Trump, it was Genocide Biden, right? Genocide Joe. He obviously ruined the country, hands down, without any... There'll be no one in the US that'll say to you, Biden did good.
Well, if I'm against Trump, I'm going to be turning around saying, well, at least Trump wasn't a rapist.
But then again, I understand. But personal stuff aside, him being a rapist or not being a rapist or having so many convictions doesn't matter in business, in politics. His agendas matter. His first 100 days in power matter. Do you know what I mean? So basically, the first 100 days, the policies you set within the first 100 days will basically determine how your presidency will go for the next 4 years.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
So there's this question that's been flying around. If you had a child, your nephew, your kid, whatever, and you found out that your kid's going to a school where the headmaster is an adjudicated rapist, because that's what he is, an adjudicated rapist, misogynist, and a racist, would you still let that
But is he though?
go to... I don't know.
People say he's a racist because people these days are so soft. So they're so even the wind will upset them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're so soft. Like the word, for example, we can't say that in this day and age because a lot of people will get offended by it.
I see.
However, when I was in school, I'd call every Tom, Dick, and Harry no reason.
Yeah, but that was back then.
That's what I'm saying.
So okay, look. So if we look at, for example, I kind of understand where you're coming from, and I agree with the fact that we're too sensitive nowadays, because there was I was listening to a radio yesterday, and they were talking about, there was a pub called the Midget.
I can't see where this is going.
Right? And all these lefties are getting involved, saying, no, you got to change the name. They were saying, but the midget isn't it's not referring to dwarfism. It's referring to the car, the midget, MG midget or whatever it was back in the day. It was about that, the midget arms or some shit. I don't know.
That's what I mean.
So then they made him change the name. Otherwise, they would.
And that's probably been going around for years.
Probably about 30, 40 years.
And there you go then.
And they've changed the
out
name.
of order.
Now, I kind of understand, because the lefties that were ringing in were saying, would you let a building or an establishment be named another derogatory term, like the N-word, but if there was a car, but then they turn around and say, oh, well, yeah, no, but we're talking about the car, the N-word, if there was a car.
For example, yeah.
Would you still be all right with it? Or if someone used the word, the P word to us, and they just named it the Paki arms or something, right?
They made a dinosaur against us.
Pakisaurus.
That was sick. That was smart. But I understand.
Did you get what I'm saying?
I do understand. But at the end of the day, if like the pub you're talking about, if that's been going on for 30, 40, 50 years, why in 2024
there's
we
no,
got to make them change it?
Well, yeah, because there's no, well, time, apparently, according to the lefties, the times have changed. So now they're thinking,
Don't go to it. If you've got a problem, don't go to it.
Yeah. Well, the someone else rang up and they said there was another pub in my area called the Black Boy, and they made him change that, and now they were referring to the Black Boy because back in the days, the miners, the children, the coal workers.
Oh, the coal miners, yeah.
Yeah, and all they used to have young
the soot on their face and
yeah.
So fair enough.
He's referring to that, not actual.
Okay, yeah, of course.
But then she goes, but the lefties got involved, made them change their name because they thought it was racist. But the funny thing was, the people that went to take the signs down, they were taking the signs down, and she was walking past, and she went, "Oh, what are you doing there?" And he goes, "Oh, we're taking the signs down because apparently he's racist, so we've just got to take him down now." And she goes, and there were two black people themselves, and they were like, "We don't think he's racist.
No.
We think he's fine."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Apparently he's racist, so we got to take him down.
I mean, no, it's not even the colored people that care.
Yeah, it's the white ones with the pink and yellow hair.
That's what I'm saying.
You know them ones, the fugly ones.
Literally,
them
man.
ones.
Like, even the colored people don't care. Like,
Some of them.
Okay, handful. The 2000 babies, maybe they care.
Well, so that's what we're trying to get at with the Trump thing, right? So personally, if I'm siding against Trump, I'm going to turn around to you and say he's a rapist, he's a racist.
But nothing's been
racist.
He's just gobby. That's all. He's just gobby. That's all. He's got a lot of like flair in the way he speaks and the way he does things. And I promise you that I can guarantee you that he's not racist one bit. Like I don't think he's racist. He does say stupid things, but saying stupid things make you racist? No.
Right.
Insulting someone by their color, ethnicity, sex, or whatever, fair enough, you're a racist. And if you don't like being around them type of people, then you're racist.
Okay,
do you know
what
I mean?
about the wall where he was saying that he's not gonna
do shit. He's just saying that to hype people up. Last time he was president, what did he do with the wall? Nothing.
Okay, but he did put a Muslim ban on.
What ban?
There was some Muslim ban thing that
I think he made a comment about if I was a Muslim woman, I'd happily wear the hijab and
because of the makeup and no.
Okay, that's the whole point of wearing it, isn't it?
No, but he put some sort of Muslim ban in where Muslims couldn't come into the country or something like that. I'm not sure how accurate.
I don't think that's true because you can't.
How accurate?
And they can't. For example, if he was racist, let's just say he wanted all Mexicans out, all Muslims out from all the Arab countries, or whatever the Africans out, everyone out, right? The economy would go to shit within 24 hours.
Yeah, true. I think he knows that.
He knows that.
He knows that.
And he's smart.
Right.
People think the way he talks to you, like if you see him on TV, it's like he's just an idiot on the screen. He's like a Teletubby.
Yeah.
But realistically, he's a very, very, very good
businessman. He's a
and the country's business.
Yeah,
He knows how to run a country and people.
So if I was a lefty, I'd probably turn around to you and say, "What about now in Islam? I'm not thinking for or against this because Islam has its own stance on this. But let's just say if I'm advocating for the lefties, I'd turn around and say he's putting a ban on abortions, which means on all abortions.
Okay.
Now, in Islam, our abortions are not allowed in Islam because essentially you're killing, especially after a certain amount of time. The soul has been blown in, basically, right? At 4 months or something, right?
Okay.
But in Islam, there's certain conditions when it's allowed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the conditions, but there's certain conditions.
We all know, yeah, of course.
We all know the conditions.
Of course.
certain conditions and even health reasons and stuff like that. So, but he's putting a stop to all of it.
Okay.
Now, let's put Islam aside. Let's
Okay.
put it on. Now, let's talk about lefties. Lefty, my body, my choice. I'm allowed to do what I want.
Why did you
Your
get pregnant in the first
president
place?
is stopping. What was that?
Why did you get pregnant in the first place?
Yeah, but then that happens.
It doesn't happen. You choose to fucking it happen or not.
Okay.
If you're going out
what if
and
it's
you're
a
getting
mistake?
no, how is it a mistake? You can't just have a child by mistake. If you know you're pregnant and you find out after your first period or whatever, you're not on your period and whatever, right? You take your precautions or whatever, right? And you don't choose to do that. Whose fault is it?
Yeah, but okay. Let's say, for example, you were drunk one night.
Okay, the next day, morning after pill. It's literally in the name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, no.
It's not
Okay,
looking good for-
let me rephrase this. I don't feel like women who get essayed and that side.
That's different.
I can't. I'm never
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
gonna.
Yeah,
You know. But if they do get assaulted, whatever, I don't know how to describe it, but whatever reason, they can still take the procedures. You know what I mean? Like take precautions.
Okay.
Like if they've been assaulted, they can take the pill. They
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go to the doctors.
yeah.
They can do stuff. Do you know what I mean? Choosing to keep it.
So the abortion ban is literally abortion, like proper abortion. Not it's not including the morning after pill and all that. It's
No.
proper abortion.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for the Democrats.
That's what I'm saying. So like they said, the abortion. I do agree with it. For women that are just being silly because you've done the deed, whatever, right? You've played it out. Oh, I'm not got my period this month. It's been I'm 2 weeks late or whatever. But I'm gonna keep it now. Then maybe 4 months down the line, I don't feel like
I
it.
don't feel like it. Okay.
That's stupid.
Right, let's do something. Let's flip the roles.
Go on.
Now I'll be the for and you be the against Trump. And let's see what we can conjure up. So me saying for Trump, he's not gonna the reason why I believe if I was an American citizen, a Muslim, and why I would vote for Trump would be because I've already seen what Genocide Joe has been doing. I've already seen what he's been doing and what the Democrats and Kamala Harris has been doing as well. So that's why I wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So my next, there's no point voting for the other two, the Green Party and this, the liberals or whatever you call them, because they're not going to win anyway.
No.
So I might as well just go with the lesser of the two evils and go with Trump. That's if I was an American and I was saying that. Now, why would you say Trump? Okay. Well, firstly, he's the lesser of the two evils. And secondly, under Trump, in his last presidential run, there was no wars. Under Trump, there was no wars. So
That wasn't. That's true.
But so what would you have to say against?
Okay, so like Israel and Palestine conflict, genocide thing. So I feel like he would, instead of just sending money to Benjamin Netanyahu or whatever, or the Ukraine lot, instead of just sending money, he'd send them alternatives. Like quickly get it done, like just do what you gotta do,
so
get it over and done with. Like here's a big lump, do what you're gonna do with it, hurry up. I want it done by this amount of timeline, don't drag it on. And on this date I want it done.
Okay. But then what about those for Trump that say, yeah, but he's under him there was no wars, so why would he tarnish that reputation that he's got of no war Trump? Because Trump has had no wars under his last one.
But this situation is different to every other situation. Other than that, other than the other wars that he hasn't been a part of, they haven't been as big as this, up to this scale. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't.
Okay.
The Palestine thing, it hasn't. Nothing in the past since World War, even before that, hasn't been this big in the media.
Well, right, okay, so jumping on to another fact about Trump then, why I would vote for Trump. Again, I agree with the abortion ban. There's a fucking different cutting. Hey, you prick. Hey, get out.
What do you mean the cat? Oh shit, the cat.
There's another cutting. Get out. Get out, you prick. Go.
There's no way. Just a bunch of cats in your house? Random.
I just saw a black tail. I was like, what the fuck? For Trump, right? So I agree with the abortion ban because have you seen videos of? Now remember, you're a Democrat here, or whatever.
Okay.
They're opposing. So have you seen videos of what is it? CT scans or the baby scans? The black ones. Not the black babies, the black actual scans.
Ultrasound.
The that's the one. Ultrasounds. What happens to the baby when it's being aborted? Bro, it disintegrates the baby and breaks it into pieces, and it's horrible. So that's why I agree with Trump's.
At the same time, you could say that if having an abortion is your own responsibility, if you want to go through the pain, because it is probably painful.
Yeah,
it's very bad for your body.
Yeah,
you may have to take chemicals.
Okay,
whatever.
That's your choice.
But it should be your choice.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, what about that's your body, but what about the baby? Because it's scientifically proven that the baby can feel pain as well.
I know.
Do you understand how hard it is to play devil's advocate?
Of course.
It's not an easy thing to play devil's advocate, man.
I think in my eyes, everyone should have their own opinion. Everyone should have their own right to do whatever they want to do and face the consequences. It's as simple as that. No government should say that I want my people to do this thing in this certain way. You know what I mean? If this happens, I want them to do this. That's just a dictatorship. You gotta have free.
There's got to be laws, though.
There's got to be laws, of course.
There's got to be certain laws.
But when it comes to abortion, God forbid if anyone does have to go through that stuff, then they should have the right to do it.
Here's where I don't agree with the abortion law, abortion ban. They're putting an abortion stop to everything. Where I would say would stop the abortion ban would be to a certain if someone's been sexually assaulted.
Of course.
If someone's been raped.
If
someone's been
their health is
mental. Yeah. You know, there's certain conditions.
Of course.
Even if the baby is gonna, that's it now. It's threatening life, and it's either one of the two. That's why doctors say even in the birthing situations, if it's either one of the two that's gonna survive, they'll choose the mother always over the baby. In certain conditions, I believe the abortion should be allowed. Under certain, but it's hard to play devil's advocate, bro.
It is.
It's hard. Look,
but I would say about Trump is he is gonna do a lot for his country.
He'll do a lot for his country.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we shouldn't. Now, this is where we drop all the whole advocate act and devil's advocate and stuff. But he should do a lot for his country. He will do a lot for his country. But at the same time, the world is gonna face a lot of consequences because of Trump. I
think in a good way, though.
Good and bad. So if you're talking about him putting a stop to Putin and Putin's antics, there's some people out there that support Putin.
I think he's a smart guy. I'm going to say that about
the thing Putin. Is with Putin is certain things he's doing. I'm not going to say it's justified, but
of course not.
Certain things he's doing, you can understand, maybe. But then there's certain things he's doing that, like for example, he's aided Assad in bombing Syria. Our own people in Syria.
But then at the same time, he's building mosques in Russia.
So it's one of them. What do you see? Politics forever is always going to be you're choosing the lesser of the two evils. Which evil do you want to choose? That's all politics is nowadays. Which evil do you want to choose? It's like UK. We were left with, do we want to choose an evil that doesn't give a crap about us, i.e. the Conservatives, and all they care about is they're rich, but they're going to keep bombing and aiding other people around the world, right? Or are we going to choose a government that says they care about us, which we know is complete BS, and they're still going to do what they're doing, but even on an even more bigger scale around the world?
Like,
what do you choose? You choose.
You can't
which
help.
one?
You have to choose. That's the thing, innit?
And if you don't,
that's the only choice.
and the thing is, if you don't choose, some people will turn around and say it's because of you guys that it has happened, because you didn't vote. But then some people, but if you do vote, the ones that didn't choose are going to turn around to you and say, well, it's because you voted, that's why this happened. So what do you do? What do you do?
That's the. I understand, and
I don't know.
For now, I feel like America have got a chance to better themselves.
I think that's why,
as a country, because
I'd like to. The one thing that's really pissed me off, and we'll only spend a couple of minutes touching up on this. Certain people in America, and I've not seen any white people personally done it. If you have, you can say. If you guys have, you can say. But I've not seen any white people do it. I've seen majority, 99.9%, and I spend my life on social media, and I've seen 99.9% of black people reversing their support for Palestine, for Israel now, because they think that all of the Arab Muslims or the Muslims, it was because of these guys that support that the Trump has won now, so now we're gonna reverse our support for them.
That's disgusting.
I have one question to ask them. They claim to be woke. They're bullshit wokeness. I think we on Brain Cell Squared should have a motto: de-woking the woke, because wokeism has no place in Islam. Right? You guys claim to be woke, but in the same breath as you saying wokeism stands for this, care for all, equality for all, and all that, at the same time, you guys have proven that your wokeness is nothing but bullshit. Because what have you done? And I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a healthy majority of you have turned around and said that now they're reversing their support. They're going to go back to McDonald's and Starbucks and everything. And the videos, when I hear a Gazan ask for help.
Bro, that pissed me off so. I just thought, I'm watching the video and like it wasn't, the voice wasn't on, so I pressed the screen and the voice came or whatever.
And
I heard screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm going the comments, I'm reading. I'm like, no way. I'm like, that's
the thing. And the comments as well. The comments agree with it all. And now here's the thing. It's almost like people want us, the woke community. Now I'm not just saying black. I'm just saying whoever is in the woke community, they want us to support their causes full-heartedly, unbiasedly, full that, everything. They just want us to dedicate our full support regardless, But they've just not done, they've just done completely the opposite.
And the worst thing is they don't understand
remember when
Israel doesn't even like black people.
Well, yeah.
How funny is that?
Now, remember when the world jumped onto the Black Lives Matter movement? And I'll be honest, I supported the Black Lives Matter until I found out certain truths about the Black Lives Matter. How there was a lot of money that went missing, that was raised, billions and all. We're not even going to get into that.
That was insane.
But at the time, the message it stood for, I supported it. And the message it stands for, I still support.
Of course, man.
Right? Now imagine if I had turned around and if I was big on social media and I made a video at that time and I said, whoa, the black community haven't supported something I care about. Okay, that means I'm not going to stop supporting you. And when I hear a black person cry and whatever was going on, right, with the sounds, and I put sound like, bro, how badly would I be cancelled?
You'll be fucked.
How bad, bro? I'd lose my job. I'd lose everything. But hold on, it's okay when certain people from the woke community do that to the people I care about. Do you know,
it's double standards, man.
Double standards.
It's so bad. Honestly.
I just wanted to make that. We just wanted to make that something that we can. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer: we're not pro-Trump. We're not anti-Trump. We're not conservatives. We're not Democrats. We're somewhere in between. We're not attacking all of the woke community, we're only speaking against those woke people that claim to be woke, but then have now disrespected the deaths of over 50,000 Palestinian men, women, and children. That's where I have an issue with.
I was shocked they're recording themselves talking and having Starbucks.
It's absolutely,
and like,
you know
they
what,
don't care.
they need to be dealt with in a professional, legal manner.
Yeah, 100%.